And then we still have quite the lineup of races after this one as well, so definitely stick around after this.
And we have a start at the normal start spot.
Normal start location. And looks like caves are shuffled as well. Okay, I need to try and at least sync these two up to one another here.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Okay. VLC, why do you insist on maximizing everything when I try to hit forward? Alright, a keyboard shortcut. I don't know. Wonder. Just a second here. Yeah. That I could use, but no, doesn't look like it. Maybe one moment here. Okay, I think I'm still behind. But...
Yeah, I'm sure chat will let us know if we're ahead.
Yeah, okay, I'm pretty good on RC. Much less good. Yeah, we'll just go. Yeah, we'll just roll it. Okay.
So drone going into vanilla level 3 and finding level 5.
Yes, and that tells us we are looking at, I believe, either, well, it's certainly not second quest overworld. It's got to be either first quest or mixed quest, I believe.
It's... And looks like Vicnin's making the same discovery.
Yep, he's about to.
But this does not look like level 5's dungeon shape, just from memory.
Let's see here. We'll find out, but from the few rooms here, I would say, well, I believe you're right. I believe level 5 is a little bit more to the... I want to say it's kind of a little bit more to the right,
yeah,
if you will.
It sticks to the right on the ground
map
level,
screen. Yeah.
But
yeah.
One thing we are finding is still both players without a sword, and that is not an uncommon thing to see in Randomizer. I believe the race this morning, we had someone near around half an hour before they picked up their sword,
yes.
Panov. Although it does look like Vicnin picked up some rupee secrets while we were getting synced up.
Yeah, it looks like he's got
110. And with drone having 30
looks like
rupees,
he found a couple.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as the Greenleaf effect says in chat, I saw drone had 30 and Vicnin had 110. That led me to believe that probably the secrets and the shop prices are all consistent with the regular game.
Yes. So that would make sense. I'm just going to shut that down, see if that helps. Oh, I still have this open. So I'm just trying to shut things down here and make sure. Saving whatever resources I can on my 5-year-old potato laptop computer here. So, hopefully that'll smooth things out a little bit here.
Oh, and we found the magical rod is the white sword
item. The white sword item, and more importantly, that would indicate also a mixed overworld as well.
Yes. So it was over in the top left grave spot, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That's correct, yes.
But I want to just give a shout out to our restreamer JamEvil for this tracker he's putting up in place of the map every once and again. Really does a great job of recapping some of the flags of each randomizer seed.
Yeah, it is. It's very cool that we have a couple different versions now of that tracker, including one kind of for the commentators and the restreamers. That's a one. That unfortunately my potato laptop apparently can't even handle that, but it is a very cool idea for people if for people like me who use a laptop and if their laptop is a little bit newer but where screen real estate is kind of at a premium. So that's very cool. There are a couple different versions of that, and definitely keeping it Lost my train of thought. As a money-making game. Picking up a 30 secret there is rcdrone.
And so with the advent of this being a mixed overworld, that could definitely increase the value of, as the Armos item we're finding right now on drone side, the power bracelet, as well as the recorder. Potential additional spots could be made available by those.
Yes, indeed. And the second quest, well, I guess the second quest in particular, of which Mixed Quest will have part of that, there are a lot more required power bracelet spots, or, potentially required, I should say, power bracelet slots, and especially recorder slots, recorder screens. I think the second quest has... Oh, go ahead.
Unfortunately, right now, the only weapon either one of them has is a rolled-up piece of paper that's not very good at swatting anything.
No.
So...
It's got a pretty nice soda recipe on it. Great as a weapon.
It has two different ones, in fact, for Coke and Pepsi.
Indeed.
Looks like Drone's trying to make his way over to the coast here to at least see what we could find. We have seen the Armos item 8 gen. It was the power bracelet. Drone picked it up.
Meanwhile, Vicnin here.
Oh, accidental level discovery on the coast by Drone, level 8. And I did not see what the coast item was. Was it the heart container? He just snuck up there as I turned away.
Yeah, I actually missed it as well. He very quickly went to it and then went away from it. I didn't happen to catch what it was.
Speaking of heart containers, we got a Gibto hugging a heart in this diamond staircase room. Nice clip by Drone. Gets in and finds another heart container.
So it
wasn't the heart. So it wasn't the heart container.
No, it certainly was not.
So 8 has a heart container. 8 has 2 heart containers, and Drone has both of them.
Okay, then. Yep.
And there we see Vicnin purchasing the Coca-Cola for 68 rupees.
Yep. So that means, as you mentioned earlier, Butt confirmed it, but that definitely confirms that the shop prices and secrets not shuffled, as we saw a couple other shops.
Man, look at this level 8 for Drone.
That is, this is definitely shapes.
It looks like vanilla level 6 on steroids.
Kind of, yeah. Drone taking a death there. So interesting note that because of how the kind of fit together in this game, because we have the map for level 8, Drone now actually also has an idea of what level 7 will look like as well. Also, just as another fun note, it appears that the coast item was the Bloomerang.
Yes, the Blue Nana on the coast.
Yes. Which I have to imagine they will not be bothering to go and grab that.
With this not being a 0 HPC, the power of the banana, especially once you found a sword, not that either one of these guys has done that at this point, really diminishing returns.
Yeah. Vicnin actually has found the sword, a wooden sword, but Drone still wandering about.
Drone should have the max rupees now.
Yeah, he's got a ton of rupees. No sword. He's found the Any Roads here.
Okay, so the wooden sword looks like it was in the cave to the left of vanilla level 5. Is that correct? Looks like on the tracker.
Don't know, quite honestly, because as I mentioned, I don't have the tracker up. But where the wooden sword was?
Is it next to 5?
Next to 5.
All right.
Okay.
And red and blue Octrox both go down in one wooden sword hit, so that could make the clearing of the overworld better. I didn't see any bombs drop from either one of them currently yet. Another potential flag, shuffling what enemies drop what items.
Yes, and I see blue moblins going down in one hit as well, so means either random or 0 HP. I'm not exactly sure which at this point.
And Drone buying the arrows. And looks like he's going to go back in
Interesting
and buy
choice,
some
but
bombs
not a
as
bad
well.
one necessarily.
Yeah.
Yep. So now he's going to check the.
There's a potion shop up there at the top right.
Okay, potion shop there. Yep.
But
I was gonna say I forgot what that was. I know in one I was gonna say I know in one quest it's 100 secret, and in another quest it's take any, but I forgot which one it was. Which quest was which? But that northeast corner there.
So now level 8, we have Vicnin going in. He might be able to do a little bit more work in there.
Yes. And
it looks like
go ahead.
I spoke too soon, apparently, earlier. I said this was not a 0 HP seed. I'm not sure where I got that notion.
Yeah, this all but confirms some kind of 0 HP here.
I don't think Gibdos have too many hit points to be shuffled down to 1.
Right. And maybe 0 HP bosses as well? Because that Manhandla went down awfully easy.
He did, in fact. So now the boomerang does have a use. Whether or not it would be picked up is still questionable.
Right.
And there's another useful item, the compass here in level 8 for Vicnin.
Yes, so now he knows exactly where that Triforce is.
Finding the magical sword just to the left of the wooden
helpful.
sword at vanilla level 5. Not a likely pickup with this 0 HP seed.
No, not at all.
I haven't seen enough about the hints yet to confirm one way, agent, or another, although I did see an old man say, don't use auto-fire or I'll know.
Right, yes.
My personal favorite, referencing, I believe, a character that my cat is named after. We do have shuffled enemy drops, though, as Zols are dropping bombs, as Gino said in chat.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've got to think those are 0 HP bosses as well.
Yeah. That again, that Manhandla went down quite easy, and we see level 8 containing at least one staircase, obviously. And chat bringing up a good point that Ganon's HP is actually separate from the other bosses, so we may have still a normal Ganon HP seed here. We of course won't know. That of course presumes he's even required, which he may not be.
Yeah, he could be, but yeah, like I said, there are two instances in where it won't matter. One, that if Ganon is 0 HP, and one if Ganon is not required. So there's a decent percentage that either Ganon is not his regular HP or is not required, and in that situation, that's why I feel like unless they just are right next to it and have, 10 or more hearts, you're not going to see a big push for heart containers for the magical sword in this siege.
Right, I agree with that.
I mean, I don't...
So with shapes, one... Oh, go ahead.
I was just say I don't know enough about Vicnin's style of play to know one shape, but with drone, I would almost guarantee, unless it's biting him in his nose, he's not going to go for it.
Right.
Go on now. Sorry about that.
Okay, yeah, that's all right. So as we see Vicnin going through level 8, one interesting kind of wrinkle about shapes versus vanilla. In vanilla, there are a couple of rooms in dungeons that are not marked on the map per se.
Yes.
The most infamous one to me being the very top right corner of level 9 that has the red ring in vanilla first quest. That is not the case in shapes. In shapes, any room that is in a dungeon you will see on the map, which is something that's helpful to know.
Yes. So that would almost be... I don't know... That might push the boundaries of unfair.
Yeah, it would be kind of cruel if there were hidden rooms. Yeah. So,
I'm not going to tempt Fred into making a situation where that's different, but as we see Drone trying to find his way around some key blocks in level 1.
Yes, indeed.
Not having any luck, which is unfortunate because level 1 is certainly one of those dungeons that you want to try to get through early because of the size of the dungeon and the fact that it always has 2 items there waiting for you.
Yes, level 1 will be... Yeah, I would say.
Oh!
Just trying to think of... Oh.
I just saw a book on sale for 200 rupees.
Oh, very nice. So we have a boomstick seed.
And with the wand being the white sword item, Drone already has it, in fact. It's a shame he bought those arrows and bombs earlier.
Yes, indeed. And we see second item in level 8, the white sword. Very interesting. Opting not to take it is Vicnin.
I think I would have gotten that one.
I think, especially since he walked, it seemed all the way to it at that point. I would have figured at that point, even though it is a 0 HP seed, one, again, Ganon, still very much a potential issue, and two, just at that point, as close as he was to it, I would have figured at that point, I'm pot committed, I might as well just take the few seconds to go the rest of the way and grab it.
Yeah. And unfortunately for Drone, the item, the shop that the boomstick was in contained 2 items he needs even worse, which is the blue candle and a key, and he opts to purchase the blue candle.
Yes. The candle, or at least a candle, of course, very important in Randomizer and Vanilla Zelda, really. There are a lot of potential secrets hidden in the shrubbery, the bushes of Hyrule.
Drone continuing to retry over and over again because he's found 1 key in level 1, and he's just trying to see which door. I guess he's trying to see which door he needs to use that key on. So,
right.
We saw a couple of retries, although I guess maybe he tried all of his options and none of them were fruitful, so he's moving on to something else now.
Right, which, as you mentioned, is too bad because level 1 is one of those.
Oh no!
No, he is back in level 1. Never mind.
I forgot that I forgot where level 1 was. I was expecting him to walk up to the vanilla spot for some reason.
Right. So, yep, there we see the boomstick. Meanwhile, Vicnin purchasing a candle. And we get a hint.
Oh, we have a segmented level 1.
Looks
like a Mario 3 airship level.
Kind of does, yeah. So Lady Nira in the chat asking what retry actually does, and it essentially takes you back to the last time you either hit continue or save.
I think it has to be the last time you hit save, or does continue work in the same way?
I believe continue and save both kind of do the same thing.
Okay.
As far as saving your progress, except that when you or at least with old-style NESs, you had to actually hit save before you reset and turn the power off. I remember that being a major issue for my family and I when we first started playing The Legend of Zelda. We were like, why isn't our white sword saving? That's,
So we did have a Triforce pickup in 1 for Drone, but he's definitely going to be going back in to see if he can't find something else. There...
Getting corrected in the chat. It apparently it is save only. But
unfortunately for Drone, Vicnin's probably going to be able to go through 1 a lot quicker than he is because he walked in with multiple keys to his name.
Yes. Multiple keys. He also has more bombs, which may or may not come into play depending on how some of these rooms connect with one another. But that is another mechanic that is helpful to know that
Yeah, and it's starting to look like
1
both
and
items
2,
are
and I
up.
believe level 3. Oh, yep. Oh, up in that area there. Yep.
Yeah, both items up in that 3-room island up at the top. Unless Drone didn't clear a spot on the bottom half, but I'm pretty sure he did do everything. And we'll see the first item in 1. No, I take that back.
Okay.
There isn't. I guess there's a room he was blocked out of.
Yeah, there was. I did see a heart. No. I don't know if that was the actual...
anything up. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that was the drop item or just...
I think that was the standard heart container, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it wasn't there and he left the room and it came back. Oh yeah, that's right. The heart container was in 8. Oh.
Okay, right, yep.
And level 1 contains the recorder.
Yeah. Yeah. That is huge. That is potentially game-changing.
And it was in that top. It was in that top left section.
Yes, indeed. But one of the mechanics of the early levels is that level 1, providing they're not segmented, of course, but the rooms in level 1 and the rooms in level 2, and I believe the rooms in level 3 as well, once you get the map, basically, if they're adjacent to one another, they will be connected in some fashion, be it a door or a bombable wall.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, again, probably a subtle thing, but very helpful to know. And we see Vicnin now getting the Triforce in level 1. Getting the heck out of there.
Question from chat and Agent. I don't know what the other item is in level 1. We've only seen the recorder to the best of my knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh, another accidental dungeon find for Drone, finding level 7.
Yep, finds level 7. Okay, so level 3 is, according to the chat, it looks like level 3 is left-right connected, not necessarily up-down connected.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw the heart container in level 8. And, I was about to say 8 gen, but Vicnin gonna go grab some bombs here. Boy's a good choice.
Yeah. Bombs and keys have definitely been at a premium thus far in this seed.
Yes, indeed.
Could make the book a tremendous purchase down the road somewhere.
Absolutely. If you can scrounge up the rupees for it. Another 100 secret there from Vicnin, so it appears to be first quest secrets, if nothing else. I don't know how the secret distribution works on mixed quest versus first quest. Is it just a first quest distribution in that case?
I think it just. I think it picks. I feel like it's. I feel it picks one because I feel like I've seen one where we only found 100 secret, but then again, I don't know if they full cleared the overworld.
Right. Okay.
So.
Okay, so Overworld for mix. Okay, Fred Coughlin, the man who would know probably better than anybody. For just in case you don't know, he's the creator of the Zelda Randomizer. Right there, F. Coughlin, a shout out and a follow. But he says that if it's mixed Overworld, it will be first quest secret distribution.
Okay.
So.
And also quite the performer in this game, not just the creator.
Yes. Is a very good runner of both vanilla and the randomizer as well.
And we saw Drone found a 100 rupee bomb upgrade in 7 a little while ago for Win It, which leads me to believe he didn't want to spend any money on bombs because he's looking to get 100 more bombs and have unlimited explosions somewhere down the road.
Right. The 0 HP enemies somewhat blunts the effectiveness of the boomstick, but I think it's still worth it if you can scrounge up the rupees for it, just so you're not bomb blocked later on, because that is definitely a potential factor later on.
Comes into play big time in level 9,
yes.
Especially in a shapes run when you don't know where the bomb walls are going to be.
Right, especially before you get the map when you just have just this giant blob. Yep. So you just have to bomb everything and just hope.
Alright, so Drone is going back to 1, which is a good play because 1, we got to figure the recorder is a big item. Even if it's not required, it does give you many more caves to open up.
Yes. The second item in level 1, the bow.
Even more important.
Yes, that was yes, as people in the chat are saying, yeah, that was the one room in level 1 that Vicnin did not go in.
Okay.
I believe he was key blocked, or just for whatever reason, he didn't explore that last room.
Yeah, so my next question was going to be, did Vicnin get the bow because it was kind of hard to see?
No, I don't believe he did. So.
Looks like he did not. Return to the first board, paying dividends for Drone.
Yes.
It's gonna pay even more once he finds what's in that top left room in the upper segment.
Right. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Vicnin picking up a 30 secret here. Trying to do
Our resident statistician 8gen confirming that yes, Vic was key blocked.
Okay.
From that room. And we have a recorder pickup for drone, so he's done with level 1 now.
Recorder get.
So the slight advantage that Vicnin may have had before that has now turned into an advantage for drone as he has picked up the bow on top of everything else in there. And
Yes,
drone
indeed.
purchasing a candle, I was thinking he already did that, but he retried since then.
That's right, yes. He retried a couple times. I was going to say, it's awfully late in the game to grab a candle, but...
I was like, I know I saw him do this because I made a comment about it earlier. Because the boomstick was in a shop with two things that he needed worse than the boomstick.
Yep. That's right. Okay, and we see Vicnin getting the compass for level 7 here.
So yeah, having to spend a bomb to get that one gorilla that was on the other side of the river, nice to see it pay off with something like the compass. Compass, a huge item in these later levels as the size of the dungeons increase.
Absolutely. And that is another very important mechanic to know in Shapes versus Vanilla is how the size of the dungeons works. Basically, level 1 will be the smallest, and then they will gradually increase in size from level 2 to level 6, and oftentimes level 6 will actually be larger than level 7, which someone in the chat can post a little bit more of the specifics, but it has to do with how the levels kind of share a space in the memory of the game. And then level 8 will also be larger than level 7, and level 9 will be the biggest one of all. And, Vicnin getting wall mastered here.
And now we see Drone exploring the recorder spots in the middle of the desert, and he finds a dungeon.
Yep, he finds level 6.
So we do know that the recorder is required for this seed.
Yes. Yes, and there's Amazing Toast there with the opting out of level 6 is Drone. Interesting.
It's like he's making sure he knows what's under all these desert spots before he commits to it, if anything, at the very least.
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe if you can find something easier potentially than level 6, maybe go for that next.
Like level 2.
So, for instance, there we go. So a smart move on his part. Yep.
Easier to get the item, smaller dungeon. We haven't seen the enemies yet in it.
Absolutely.
They are gorillas.
Looks like a gorilla set. Yeah, that is something I haven't been paying super close attention to. Do we know if enemy sets are shuffled in dungeons?
Well, as Vicnin goes into level 3, we might get a little better insight into that.
Yep.
Level 1, I think, had gorillas.
Okay.
This is a familiar room from level 3.
Yes, looks like...
So how many times I've seen Lack Attack go through that room?
That's the dark, not set. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Okay.
0 HP boss for sure.
Yep, 0 HP bosses. Yeah. Yep. Okay, joined by Mario the Cat now on my lap here. But yes, as Amazing Toaster said, the levels 1 through 6 all share a grid, and then 7 and 8 kind of share half a grid, and 9 gets its own half of the grid. So that was what I was talking about earlier when I said, since you have the level 8 map, you also have a good idea of what level 7 looks like, or vice versa. I think it was the level 8 map that was grabbed earlier.
A very quick Triforce in level 6 for Drone.
Yes.
You kind of wonder if he's going to go back in there or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would at this point.
Certainly check maybe a couple other dungeons. He's checking to see where the recorder takes him. It's taking him to vanilla first quest.
Looks like vanilla locations. Yep.
I actually find that more useful here in the shuffled overworld because it can give you some interesting options. Like if you have completed level 4, for example, but don't have the raft, you can get to the raft spot that vanilla level 4 is on.
Yes, indeed. Can make since we know the recorder is required, can make you think that the raft might be required, but it may actually not be, because, as you mentioned, you can get to one of the 2 raft spots at any rate. Amazing Toaster pointing out it looks like we're at helpful hints. Vicnin here using his other potion in level 2.
So Drone's gonna look. Yeah, like I said in chat, Drone is going to buy these hints.
Yep. Take a look at some of these hints. Okay, feat
and then
of strength leads to the wand. That's already.
And then probably retry after he's done purchasing them.
I would have to think so. Yeah.
Magic Shield is in level 5.
5. Yes.
And Recorder in 1. We already know that.
Yeah, that we already knew. And he had the other hint, I believe, concerned the power bracelet. It was something he already. No, it was the wand. But
the
he
wand,
already.
yeah. Feat of strength will lead to the wand.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has been in level 5.
Right.
Just walked past it.
The item from it. Yep.
But he never has to go back into try to find the item in there again.
Yes.
Another one of those interesting second quest recorder spots there makes a bush vanish into thin air.
That recorder, I tell you, but it's some good music.
The Tootie Flutie doing its job.
Yeah.
Now we've got Vicnin trying to push the block south of level 5. Not having any luck finding those. That's the first quest screen.
Yeah, so he's going to go up to vanilla level 5 in the first quest. We'll see what's up here.
It's the magic shield, magic sword.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Drone has been up there already. I see. Yeah. That's not a knife. Nope, you're not going to get it with 9 hearts. That's for sure. Good try, but no. The randomizer shuffles the potential hearts, I believe, anywhere from 10 to 14 for the magical sword.
Yes, if that flag is on.
Yes, if it is shuffled at all. Of course. So it actually, I won't say. But the odds of 12 hearts are a little bit more than the 20% you'd expect.
Yeah.
Because it can either be not shuffled, in which case it's 12, or it can be shuffled, but, it'll shuffle it, but then it'll just shuffle it to 12 again. So. Checking out the waterfall, getting another 30 secret. We
have Vicnin bombing along the river up below Death Mountain. He can't get into any of those rooms if they were caves, but at least now he knows one way or the other if they are there.
That is true. They are not, as it happens.
He has enough. He has enough rupees now to purchase the boomstick.
Yeah, he can go get the boomstick if he.
I don't know if he's got the wand.
Don't know either, actually.
I know he's seen it.
Right.
But...
So let's see here. What is Drone up to here?
He's making full use of the recorder and the candle on all these bushes around here. Certainly doing more work with the recorder.
Some more bombs.
Yeah, doing more work with the recorder than Vicnin has thus far.
Absolutely, yes. And he's checking out Candle Row here. Finds level 3.
Which we never saw the item in, to my knowledge. Vicnin was in there earlier, but I don't think he ever got to the item.
Right, yep. I know he was in there earlier. I don't know if he ever... No, because I think he was key blocked, actually, from exploring much of it.
Yeah, which Drone may very well be soon.
Yeah, it looks like that's also going to be an issue here for Drone as well. Yep. And that's
yeah, those bomb walls not
random effect in chat saying the same thing.
Not accessible.
Oh.
Vic has all the money in the world and nothing to show for it right now. No bombs, no keys.
And, importantly, he also does not have the wand, so I just, glanced at his sub-screen there as he brought it up, and nope, no wand.
Right. And Drone retrying once again.
He really likes that retry option. Drone does.
Well, if you like where the start screen is and you've saved recently, it allows you to take some risks you wouldn't normally take. As he is now 9 rupees away from getting the boomstick. He can find 9 rupees, make it 8. We could see our second boomstick, or third boomstick of the day, as both Adirondack Rick and Panulfa picked it up this morning.
Oh, did they? Okay. I missed that very first race.
Yeah. Only 100 secret, and they both still got the boomstick.
Wow.
Couple of crowd pleasers this morning.
Yes,
I never did get around to talking about the second race, which just happened not too long ago between Crimson Avix and Isolated 999, I believe it was.
That sounds correct, yes.
Yeah. Crimson taking the win in that one on a surprise Zelda find in level 9. It was a very close race until that point, at which point Isolated went the correct way to find Zelda, but did not have the 1 bomb required to bomb into the
into the path
area to get to Zelda.
Yes, indeed, that was a very close race, very good race, a very quick time for Crimson as well in the 53 range.
Thank you there to Ategenos for the pronunciation guide.
Panolf, yep.
And we have a boomstick.
Excellent.
rcdrone has purchased the book and still has 23 rupees, so it's not like he just completely exhausted his resources. He's still, in a situation where he could soon pick up, if he needed to pick up, well, not bombs at this point, but I guess he's still got a way to go before he could get a key.
Bombs, yep. Yeah. And meanwhile, he is going to dig for the item in level 8, it looks like.
Know are the heart container and the white sword.
Yep. Yes.
We'll see if he comes across the white sword, if he has a different reaction than Vicnin did when he decided not to get the white sword after digging for quite some time for it.
Right. After digging for quite some time, and then actually within the staircase, getting probably about 2/3 of the way to it, I would say, and then suddenly just deciding, no, gonna up and A out of here.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we know every enemy except for one in this game is 0 HP, but at the same time, that one could be 15 or 16, however much he is. So,
that could be the difference, yes.
And if I'm Vicnin, I'm going up against rcdrone, someone I know that can kill a full HP Ganon with the wood sword without too much trouble. I'm getting all the help I can get.
Absolutely. But we will see. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, we're all expert analysts here in the commentary booth until it comes time to actually see how it's going to go.
Right. Yes.
I think I said last week, everybody is Saver in the commentary booth, but then he lost to Amazing Ampharos, so truly anything can happen. As we see Vicnin, now he goes and does get the magical shield in level 5.
That's the magical shield. Okay. Which, what I would say is, he still hasn't done, I don't believe, any of the Wizrobe dungeons. So it's actually not a terrible play, especially since he still just has the green tunic. Got 0 HP enemies, however, Wizrobe beams still really hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And
if you can take them head on, then at that point you can go do the chin up strats against the Wizrobes.
Yes, and additionally, sometimes you'll just get a horrific room formation where, even with the 0 HP, you just have no choice but to take a beam shot or 2 to the face, and Magic Shield certainly helpful with that.
Now, we saw Drone picking up the Triforce and not digging for the items. I don't know if he found the heart container in 8 earlier. I know he didn't find the white sword, but maybe if he found
No, he
one of
definitely
the items,
did not.
he could at least be hedging his bets and say, okay, I found one of the items in 8, and it wasn't something I wanted. I've already got the bow. I've already got the recorder. If the ladder's here, I'll just come back, I guess, kind of thing.
Right, and yeah, I thought he did get the heart, and chat
Yeah.
is confirming that, so. Meanwhile, Vicnin grabbing the Triforce in 5.
I apologize if my audio goes out at some point in time. Revolver Ossicat has decided to lay on the USB port of my laptop, so
Okay.
the mic could come out at any time.
Oh, good. Oh, good. All right.
So, Jam, you didn't know you were going to be doing commentary for this race, but I'm aware.
So we have...
And Drone picking up a potion this
Drone
time.
grabbing a potion, yep.
That to me confirms he's not interested in looking for the magical sword pickup.
Right, which again makes it does make a lot of sense. Besides 0 HP enemies, as you mentioned, Drone, the Caliber player, not super worried, I don't think, about normal HP Ganon here. So,
and we're finding boomsticks everywhere.
Yes.
Not sure what the rare shop is. I would think it might be arrows or meat, maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah.
What levels have we not found yet? We've not found 4. Is that and 9 or 4 and 9 the only ones we haven't found?
Yes, that sounds right.
Right.
We haven't seen what the item is in 6 either.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, I unfortunately don't have the tracker up at the moment.
Did we see the item in 2 either? I don't feel like... No one... They couldn't get anywhere in 2, I guess. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, there's
yes.
level 4.
There it is. Level 4. I believe that's its normal. And immediate Triforce get.
Drone looks to be... Unless he goes back into 4. I mean, maybe I should wait to see what he does before I try to read his mind. But he almost looks like he's in gamble mode at this point. That the silver arrow will be in 9, and that he will not need the ladder, or will come across the ladder between now and then.
Right. And yep, doing a nice little screen wrap there. Gonna do it again. Alrighty. So one important note for people who may just be, lurking about, or you just happen to come across that chat and you're thinking, hey, the randomizer thing looks pretty cool, but what do I need to, what do I need to know? What do I need to be able to do? You will never need any, super hard to do speedrunning tricks like this screen wrap here. The game is designed so that a given randomizer seed is beatable, just, playing, if you will, quote unquote, casually. You won't need any speedrun strats to, get through the seed.
Yeah, and quite honestly, unless you have the vanilla level 1, or vanilla Zelda 1 really burnt into your head, I don't know that it's any more difficult. It may even be easier depending on how the flags and the seed goes.
Right. As chat mentioned, though they can certainly be helpful, as you saw, Drone clipping his way across that, saying ladder, I don't need no stinking ladder.
To me, the block clip, it's a simple trick, and it's a very crucial one, especially for some of the diamond staircases in level 9.
Oh yeah.
To be able to not have to kill all the Wizrobes or Patra. Like I said, like I think Merz Dude says in the chat, well, once you learn how to do them, you can't stop.
Yeah.
By the way, we did have Vicnin finally using some of those rupees he has been accumulating. He bought a bomb upgrade.
Bomb upgrade, yes indeed.
Standard 100 rupees, standard 4 bombs.
Yep. And I think I saw Drone, he was in level 6 there for a while, and then he up and ate out of there. I don't know if
Did he retry again?
Grabbed anything particularly useful or what, but...
Nah. Sure.
Okay, it looks like Vicnin is gonna... I'm guessing he's gonna dig through level 7 a little bit more here, try to find this item.
Banking on some item, yeah.
Yeah.
And for him,
we just found level 9.
And if you're Vicnin in this situation, yeah, if you don't have the bow, you don't have the ladder, you've found multiple dungeons, at this point, you're starting to look through them when you find them.
Yep. Okay, so it looks like level 9 was located in vanilla level 4, so...
Raft, quotation marks, required.
Required? The question mark? Yeah. So, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Drone finding the magic shield at 5. He opts not to take it.
Yeah. And he did receive that, he received that hint earlier.
Right, so... he got the hint. He knew. I think he might have just been wondering if that was a passageway to elsewhere in level 5. Yeah, I would say raft and or recorder required, but we already knew the recorder was required.
Yes, because level 6 hidden underneath the desert.
Yes. So, yeah, Vicnin is definitely digging through 7. He's trying to find... Oh, Wallmaster. Oh no, he gets Wallmastered.
Actually happened to me
boy.
In my...
Not like this.
In my Zelda 1 PB. Wallmastered in
really?
level 7. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Not that it was a great... that the PB itself was a great accomplishment, but...
Right, but I get what you mean.
The single block room here in level 5, not the most, almost looks like what a Zelda 1 dungeon might look like in there on the map of level 5.
Yeah, a little bit. It almost slightly more filled in level 8, honestly.
It's
vanilla level 8, that is. We see Vicnin swapping items there. One of the other things the randomizer builds in is a potential quick item swap, where you can use the select button to switch your B button item. That the rules of this, you can use that or not at your discretion. It's perfectly fine. Saver, actually, one of the people who does not use it.
Yes.
And still does very well. I know, so not required by any means, but helpful if you can get used to it.
Yes. Drone now picking up the Triforce in 5.
Yeah.
According to the tracker, all he's got left is level 3 at this point. Still does not have. Still does not have the raft. Does not have the ladder. Yep. We're finding the item in 7 is the magical key, and I hope
the any key. That the any key. Yeah, the magical key is what it's actually called. The for whatever reason, we in the community like to call it the because it replaces your number of keys with an A. Interesting note, according to the Japanese manual for the game, the A actually stands for Almighty, because it can open any door. So, there you go.
Which would make me think the A stands for any.
Yes.
The question in chat from Mr. Junsuke, that is a new randomizer thing, potentially. That is one of the options for the Zelda Randomizer called the boomstick, where the book is purchasable in one of the Overworld shops for 200 rupees, and turns the wand into a bomb shooting device instead of a fire shooting device. very useful. Not as much like we mentioned earlier for the 0 HP seed, because the enemies are going down in one shot to pretty much anything, but for bombing walls, you never have to worry about being bomb blocked.
Yes, indeed. That is very helpful. And we see Vicnin here trying to do this screen wrap here, and what you're seeing is some of the top players perform these screen wraps and these clips. They are not easy to do by any means. They are, I believe, pixel perfect and frame perfect. You have to hold like the perpendicular direction, I think it is, for exactly one frame, and then.
Now, there is a way to buffer some of them with a sword strike that allows you to do it the same way as you do the block clip. But yes, I think it's stand on the fifth pixel from the edge and press perpendicular for one frame.
Yeah. Like we said, not trivial to do by any means, which makes the ease with which some of the top players can perform them even more amazing.
Yep. So Drone did a little bit of searching in 3 for the item. Now moving on to get the Triforce, and looks like he's just gonna go ahead and head on to level 9, playing the gamble.
He's gonna whirlwind away to 9 and see what is in there.
On the item in level 2, which I did not realize was the wooden banana.
Okay.
The room right next to the Triforce. So I'm assuming Drone saw it earlier, just opted not to pick it up. And Drone, having switched his screens tracker to the level 9 map, he is ready to go.
Yep.
Despite not having any
0
keys,
though, so that'll be
yep. Make that 1.
Okay, he has a key now. All right. I imagine he's gonna. Oh, he finds Ganon.
Oh, well, there's Ganon.
Quick.
How about that?
Hello.
See if he takes a stab at him real quick, just to see if he gets 0 HP.
Yeah.
Although I guess it doesn't really matter if he's not going to come back into 9. They're going to leave and come back at any point.
Right. Drone is actually very stuttery on my screen. I didn't see if he got a stab off before he up and aid.
He tried but did not connect.
He did not actually connect. Okay.
Yeah. So Drone really has to hope that the main wall blocks are bombs and not keys in this level 9.
Yes.
He has unlimited. He has the any bomb, and he has one. Make it 2. Well, potentially 2 keys.
Yeah. And we don't necessarily know based on the layout of 9 that isn't required, although it is likely. Okay, random effect pointing out in around his room to see if there was a bomb way out of there. Yep, and what Ediginos also said in chat. We got to 9 without the ladder, but we may need it within level 9.
That is and that's really Vicnin's only hope at this point, is that he stumbles across the ladder on his journey to level 9. We found Zelda's room, and Vicnin finding the raft in level 3, which will probably come in handy for him. I don't know since he hasn't been using the recorder much. I don't expect him to
use the recorder at all. No, that is true.
So I wouldn't expect him to pull the move that Drone pulled earlier. Plus, he hasn't cleared level 4 yet anyway, so he wouldn't be able to get into that spot.
Right.
So it's looking like the ladder may have been in level 4. Or 4 or 6. Those are the 2
possibly
dungeons.
6. Yeah.
The 2 dungeons I did not see the item for, and we never found the ladder or what was the other item we didn't find?
Ladder. Let's see. Did we find the book?
Red Candle.
No, wait, never mind. Red Candle. Yes. Red Candle is right. Of course, the book, a boomstick. Yeah, I am good at this commentary thing. Okay, still no items. So I would have to think.
Yeah, every staircase that the drone takes is one less that can possibly be it. You want to obviously he wants to find the silver arrows, but at the same time, eventually he's going to hit all these staircases, and then he'll have a better idea of the routing.
Yes, indeed. Go up. And yep, Vicnin taking the raft, finding level 9 and vanilla level 4 now. Getting a very nice hint there. Silver lies in southeast of Skull.
And that shutter door.
And we have figured out that Zelda is required because that door did not open.
Yeah. So the old man leads to Zelda.
Yeah. Old man giving us a wealth of information there.
So now it has become Drone's mission to destroy every wall and every enemy in the southeast corner of level 9. Could this be it?
Could this be it? Let's see.
Too easy.
It is. Yep. That old man. I think. I will.
We'll say
that stranger things have happened, but I believe that old man has all but sealed it for Drone here.
Now he still has to find Ganon. Oh wait, no, he found Ganon.
He found Ganon.
He found Ganon. Never mind.
Up. Go up to the piggy.
So I'm going to say that was Zelda's father, and he was doing everything he could to give Zelda away at that moment.
Yeah.
Telling you where the silver arrows were, showing you that was the shutter door. Oh, and a 0 HP Ganon.
Indeed. Just for good measure, the 0 HP Ganon.
We are going to be getting a dot done very shortly here.
Yeah, I would have to think
as soon as Drone gets back around, takes the staircase needed to get around to the old man. So not a single enemy taking any more than one hit in this
one hit. Very squishy enemies in this seed.
He does have the he does have his level 9 tracker up, and he does have Zelda noted on it. So
okay.
So it looks like it's just a matter of getting through the
matter of getting there. And I believe it was just left and then down from here. Yep. Yep, and there it is, the official Zelda. rcdrone has won this race. His official SRL, 58 minutes, 3 seconds. Very solid time.
Very good. Anytime you get under an hour, even in a 0 HP seed, very respectable time. When we throw in the fact that this was a mixed quest and shapes, it becomes even more impressive.
Yes, indeed. And meanwhile, on Vicnin's side here, that appears to be a 3-segment level 4.
It is.
That's very interesting.
That's a par 4 for you right there.
Yeah. So, let's see if Drone wants to join us here in chat. I'm trying to juggle all my various resources here.
Yeah, pull up Discord every 10 minutes or so just to see if there's anything.
Yeah, maybe
if there was anything that Jam tried to tell me.
Maybe he's been here the whole time. Yeah.
So, hopefully we'll get to talk to RC Drone. Oh, I believe that sound may have been him. Yes, welcome Drone to the commentary booth.
Hey everyone.
Certainly a better outcome for you this time than the first race. These enemies weren't really putting up much of a fight though, were they?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the The choice part of the seed, I think, was trying to save up enough rubies for the boomstick.
Definitely.
I think I saved and retried like something like 10 times or something, and it's really scary each time because you always wonder like, am I sure I actually saved, like before I do the retry and like have the progress. So it was actually pretty nerve-wracking.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
we were noticing that strategy.
Yeah, you were
was
retrying an awful lot.
not one I'd seen employed a lot, but it paid off in your favor. You got some good hints from the hint shop. You got to try a couple of different key doors in level 1, I think it was, before finding the one you wanted. And then I was really worried that you bought the candle twice, but you had retried since then. Once I was like, oh no, he's so close to getting the boomstick, and now he's bought the candle for a second time. But
yeah, I mean, I was sort of changing my strategy on the fly. At first, like, I had so much forest around me that I was just going to buy the candle and just, like, okay, I'm just going to have to eat these 60 rubies. But then when I got key blocked in 1, I figured, oh, maybe I can save the candle. Maybe I can find a dungeon. If I find enough dungeons, I might just get the red candle for free, and that'll help me in my boomstick quest. But I did find more dungeons, and I didn't find the red candle. So then at that point, I just had to buy the candle for real.
We just, as you said the word
Speaking
red
of the
candle,
red candle,
we just saw it for the very first time in
looks
level
like
4.
Yeah, buried pretty deep. I don't think I would have ever dug that deep for that candle.
That level 4 was pretty disgusting looking from a map perspective, especially if you didn't have the map. And that was something else we noted. Once you got to a certain point where you had the bow and you had the boomstick, you were pretty much, once you found the Triforce, that was it for that dungeon.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of reason to dig for items. I mean, I think the only thing I was really missing was the ladder. It kind of looked a little dicey in 5 because I kept coming up against ladder blocks, but fortunately I was able to get to the Triforce.
Yeah, it was very interesting that this a ladder not required seed, it appeared. And then I also noted you, I don't believe you ever grabbed the raft. You instead used the whistle to get to level 9.
Yeah, where did Vicnin find the raft?
3.
It was level 3, actually.
That was in level 3, I see.
Yeah.
And that was a huge point of this game early on in the race when he got the recorder before you did out of level 1, but he has not used the recorder to his advantage at all in his overworld routing or exploration.
I see.
Ben, that was I mean, you were in the lead once you went back and got the recorder and the bow out of level 1, which I believe he still has not gotten the bow.
I don't think
out
he still
of
has
1.
gotten the bow, no.
Not that it's required, but he still does not have. He doesn't have bow or ladder, so he's kind of panicking for items at this point.
No, bow is required.
Bow
The
actually
shutter door
is
didn't
required.
open.
Yeah.
Was he
you
just key
needed it,
blocked like I was at the time?
I believe
yes.
so.
Yep.
Although he will no longer be key blocked as he got the magical key out of 7.
I see.
Yep.
But yeah, once you got the recorder, because he'd gotten it first, once you got it, that was kind of you catching up and taking the lead back from him, and from then, your use of the recorder really opened up the seed for you, as opposed to for Vicnin, who kept traveling by foot.
I see.
And not finding level 9 the tricky way.
Right.
I was really worried about keys. Oh, sorry. I was really worried about keys because I went into 9 with 0 keys, but then...
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
Shapes is really nice in that most of the walls are, like, openable. It's not nearly as blocky as the vanilla level 9. So with Boomstick, I was just able to go wherever I wanted, pretty much.
Right. I do wonder if, in a way, that kind of helped funnel you toward... toward kind of the correct directions, the correct paths in level 9. Because you couldn't explore those key doors and kind of get sidetracked.
Yeah, that's true. Because I did have to find Silvers, Ganon, and Zelda, and I didn't even see like half of 9. So
right.
That was pretty good.
That's that old man there just before Zelda's room giving you a wealth of information, both directly and indirectly.
Yeah, it took me like 5 to 10 seconds to figure out like why isn't that shutter door opening? Like, oh, that's Zelda.
Right. It took me a second as well watching the race. Like, wait a minute. So I believe that is actually the first race on commentary that I've seen where Zelda was not found entering her room from the south. So I was like, wait a minute, why isn't that door? Oh, right. Yeah.
I got kind of excited when I
That's
did
a
see
thing
Zelda's
that can
room,
happen.
but then like there's just like orange wizards in it, and that was lame.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, the false alarm.
On the other side here, Vicnin, he has all the Triforce pieces except for 6, and has not, like I said earlier, been doing any exploration with the recorder. Can't remember. I can't remember. I think his first race in this tournament was a mixed quest as well. So you gotta hope, that you'll learn from that situation. But
Right. Yeah, I don't believe he's even found 6 yet, because as you mentioned, he has used the recorder very rarely or not at all.
I want to say 0 times.
Yeah.
We don't have the stats post-match like the Link to the Past randomizer does for every single individual thing that happens in the game, but that would be one to look at. I don't think the recorder has been used at all, unless he was in a room with a dig dogger that I didn't see. But yeah, he is going back up, and he's going to find the bow now out of 1.
He's going to find the bow.
But
has he been able to save up for the boomstick? Does he have the wand?
he does not. He spent his money earlier on the bomb upgrade.
Bought a bomb upgrade at some point. Yeah.
Half the rupees, infinitely less number of bombs, or infinity minus 4.
Yeah, there you go.
Y'all were mirror opposites of each other earlier. When you went into 9, you had unlimited bombs and 0 keys. He had unlimited keys and 0 bombs.
Yeah.
Really wishing he could pick up that magical boomerang on the coast.
Yeah, it is true.
Longing
That actually
for
would
it.
be fairly useful on this seed hut. So, Drone, tell us about kind of your thoughts about that set of flags in general, either more generally or as they kind of all came together in this seed specifically. Did you like the seed? Did you not like it so much? I mean, obviously you've got to be happy with the win, but did you enjoy the seed? I guess.
Well, it's a little more in my wheelhouse because, like, right off the bat, I could see that keys were shuffled, so I wouldn't have to like, try to strategize around vanilla, which I'm not like nearly as experienced at doing.
Okay.
And the items were shuffled, so it's pretty much like seeds that I usually play, except like mixed quest. I don't often do mixed quest, but I mean, it's just at the end of the day, it's just more caves. But yeah, like getting stuffed in 1 without the keys, and I got stuffed, I think, in levels 2 and 3 without keys also. So that was pretty.
Yes.
That was pretty nerve-wracking because it's like if you come in from a different direction and you're key rich, then like you're not going to waste all the time that I just wasted.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I felt about the seed.
Okay.
Oh, and he's standing right on top of level 6 right now, Vicnin.
Yeah.
Almost pulled out the recorder and then didn't.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I have to think this is just a lack of familiarity with / mixed quest now. Kind of coming to bite him.
I know he's seen something to tell him this is mixed quest. Surely.
Right.
I mean, I don't think there's any. I'm pretty sure he's been to. I'm trying to think of something he's been to, but surely he's burned a bush or bombed a wall that didn't work. I mean, he tried bombing these river spots earlier. He tried bombing these river spots on Death Mountain, so surely he knows that.
Yeah. I think the problem is, if I remember right, he tried bombing these river spots, but one of them is the second quest spot that didn't open. It's where second quest level 8 is in vanilla. Meanwhile, again, we see the clips not trivial by any means.
No.
Yeah, screen wraps.
I think part of the problem is he picked up the magic shield, which I mean, this is the reason why I never pick up the magic shield, just because I don't practice clips with it.
Does that change the visualization a little bit? Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
some of your cues are a little different when you have the magical shield. It's harder to
Okay.
line up Link's face, I think, with the.
Right. Okay.
So you usually go off the end of the shield, but the
Right.
shield is going to be closer to the edge if you pick up the magical shield.
Okay. Right. It's a little bit wider, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He now has the.
Now he
the
pulls out
recorder
the
in hand.
recorder. Okay.
Looks like he's heading towards Recorder Lake in the first quest.
All right.
It's
That's not going to be very helpful here.
It's not, but maybe it will juggle his memory.
Might
just
trigger
enough.
something in his brain. Yeah. You like, wait a second. You will see. Yeah, that appears to be where he's going.
Right. We have our first recorder use of the seed for Vicnin. He's finding hints.
Finds hints. Okay, gonna opt not to take the hints. I'm gonna seed like this with multiple hint locations. Will the hints be the same in all of the caves, or will they be different?
I want to say they're different, but I am not the person who has the level of experience with this to answer that with any authority.
Okay.
What was the question?
There was, I believe, more than one location that had hints. Are the hints in all of the hint stores the same in a given seed?
No, there's two
Or
different.
will they be
There will be
different?
2 different hit shops, and there will be 6 unique hints total.
Okay, so it's 6. Okay.
6
Okay.
purchasable hints, and then
Right,
there's
yeah.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yep. Okay, so
Well,
I'm.
Vicnin looking for 6 in all
Meanwhile,
the
I
wrong
have to
places.
admit, Yeah, I guess that's what he's doing. I'm not totally sure what his. Well, I guess his end game is to find 6, but I'm not sure.
He might be looking for the white sword item and hoping it's the ladder, but
Oh, that could be.
or also trying to bomb walls to find 6 as well. Yeah. But
Right.
We know,
Yeah.
we have the luxury of knowing that neither of those things are going to take place.
Right, that is true. There
Vicnin-
does appear to be some things he hasn't explored yet. Yeah, he's trying to
Haven't.
find. There's second quest Vanilla 9. That's
Vicnin
so
having
he has to know now it's mixed quest because that was second quest Vanilla 9. He just bombed. So
and knowing, just my train of thought going away is what I know. The Vicnin being the first one to pick up the primary exploration item in these mixed quest seeds, the recorder. I mean, I guess there's the bombs open more caves, but the recorder, there being such a huge difference in the number of caves with the recorder in the mixed quest or second quest than there would be in vanilla first quest. Not utilizing it has got to be lead story of this race.
Absolutely, that is and it is one of those things that's easy to not think about. I would have to think, especially if you're not used to the mixed quest / second quest.
Yeah, I haven't played the second quest in probably 5 or 6 years, so I could see that happening, especially before this tournament started. Now that this tournament's been going, I'm seeing more and more of the second quest spots, and it's starting to remind me, hey, just blow the recorder on every screen in the desert.
Right, just shoot on every screen because there are a lot of them. Yeah,
and push every block you can find.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we were going over it earlier. I think it's in the neighborhood of about 10 screens you can blow the recorder on in second quest and find something.
Although if I'm remembering correctly, 6 was not somewhere that Drone spent a lot of time in, because we know he didn't get the item, and now he's looking to start checking second quest recorder spots.
Yep. Now it's
At
now
least
I
one
think
of
it's,
them has come to him. Yeah.
Yep.
Actually does open up. He just didn't
Yeah.
wait long enough.
That's what I was thinking. That since the
Really?
lake was there, surely it was going to open, because that meant it was the second quest screen.
Yeah, it's the second quest screen.
But just as well for him, because I mean, you know, it's not what he's looking for in the end.
Right.
Hopefully, he's kind of paused and walked around in a circle a little bit. Maybe he's found his resource of where the recorder spots are. But as I say that, he starts walking away.
He's yeah.
Very, very astute point in chat from Mataginos. Be sure to study your second quest maps. There will be a test.
Yeah, exactly.
We are
Know
seeing
where
that
you're at.
test right now, and Vicnin is
Yep.
is in the dream where he's gone to school in his underwear because
Yep. What's kind of sad is I graduated high school in 2001. I graduated college in 2005, and I will still have dreams about high school and college and just like not doing assignments either short term or long term.
yeah, about once a month there's
Like for an entire semester.
missed an entire class. Yeah, just
Yep.
didn't go to a class for an entire semester. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yep. Absolutely. But yeah, this is that dream certainly.
Mine was just a couple years more recent than that, but not more recent enough to justify having that sort of situation.
Right.
Is Vicnin now sitting on his pause screen, really scratching his head at this point?
Yeah, and as kind of Crimson and Ediginos are both pointing out in the chat, I think this is just a lack of knowing just how many and where the recorder spots or the power bracelet, to a lesser extent, obviously. That's not specifically what's stopping him here, but the recorder spots certainly, and the pushable spots in the second quest are just bamboozling him a little bit here.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get confirmation from Mataginos to see if I know he keeps up with how many of each race or what flags. I'm trying to see if he has it specifically race to race, because I was trying to remember if Vicnin's last one was mixed quest or not. I was on commentary for it, which means obviously I wasn't paying attention, and but that actually, because it's been a little over, I think it was a little over a week ago.
Right.
I feel like it was mixed quest, and he had trouble remembering where to look for the extra cave spots in the overworld. But
right, and he did. He did just bomb another. He did just bomb another area that he can't get to because he doesn't have a ladder, and I really hope he's not going to go digging through dungeons looking for that ladder, trying to get into that one cave there, because that is only going to end in misery for him.
Yeah, he's found all the items in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. So he knows that the ladder is either the white sword or it's in 6.
Right. Okay. Again, up and A-ing here. So basically, he knows that cannot be level 6 because.
Yeah. Seems like I'm pretty sure he's found every item.
No.
In the dungeons thus far.
Yeah. Again, for new people just coming in, the randomizer does have very sanity checks built into it to ensure that a seed is completable. So in other words, you will not need the ladder to get the ladder, for instance. You will not need the raft to get the raft if the raft is required, that kind of thing. So. Very rarely, I don't know if it's happened recently, sometimes you'll come across some weird edge case where the seed actually isn't beatable. Most recently, it's just been with incorporating second quest rooms and how they interact with Zelda's location, that kind of thing.
He's taking a lark to see if maybe the old man will just be nice. And
Right. Yeah.
You ask kindly enough, give him 76 rupees.
Right. Maybe if I stab you enough, you'll let me in. Nope.
There's the re-rafter.
Oh, yeah, I think he got hit back into the... Yep.
Last randomizer seed I did, I got stuck in a feedback loop about 5 or 6 times on that spot.
That Octorok was just not going to let you through.
No, he was not having it.
Yeah.
It looks like he maybe he's going over to the spots in the graveyard again.
Yeah, appears to be what he's trying to do here.
It's not going to be the answer he wants, but it will at least confirm for him that the ladder, if he finds the wand over there, that the ladder is in level 6.
Right. So that cave that he opened up is not what he's looking for.
Which we're all going on speculation, because it's statistically impossible to not be the case.
Right, yeah. Of course, we know that, but...
Yeah. The
he
ladder
doesn't know
cannot be
that.
in level
Yeah.
9, basically, is what we're getting at
Right,
there.
yeah. Yes, it is true. There are certain items that will never be in level 9.
And they are displayed on your screen underneath the runners, with the exception of the silver arrow.
Yeah.
So he's whistling in this spot. Does he remember to check the power bracelets up here, though? He does not.
No.
So this is 100% a case of mistaken quest behavior identity at this point.
Yep, just not familiarity with mixed/second quest Overworld.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, the wand's not going to do him a ton of good. I mean, it's a range item. But, yeah. He is now just a lost wanderer in Hyrule, and this is not an open world game.
No. I have not actually played Breath of the Wild. Is that something you can do in it? Is cook
You
apples
can.
as a side quest?
I have not
Really?
played it either. I watched the first. I watched a couple guys play the first very, very small bit of it because I do intend to get a Switch at some point in time and
Okay.
play the game myself then. But yeah, you can cook
Oh.
peppers and.
He now does find bombs. No, you already checked that. Checked that already, Vicnin. I remember that much. So, Auto Shy asking Bo was in 6. No, Bo was actually in level 1. I believe we've narrowed it down now to the ladder, it being in level 6.
Yeah, we do need. I guess we could. I mean, we could mark the bow on Vicnin's side.
Right, he does have it, yes. Yeah, you got key blocked early on from the bow room. He did go back and grab the bow. He does have it. And he is taking a moment there to continue. I have to believe he's totally flummoxed at this point. Oh. Yeah, he's mentioning in the race chat he is lost right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope he keeps it up. I totally understand at this point if he decides to just to cut his losses and go. But you know, we always want to see people finish if they can.
Right, we do want to see people finish it out in one way or overcome whatever it is they're not seeing.
Yeah.
We have had just people sometimes not familiar with the intricacies of how the flags interact, or in another way, other ways, just be kind of fooled or bamboozled for a while. There was one race last week where Ganon was not required, but in Ganon, if Ganon is not required, it is possible for bombing into Zelda's room to actually be the only way to get into her room in that case.
Yeah.
If Ganon is required, if Ganon is required, that won't be the case. You'll have to find a shutter door that just opens on its own. But if Ganon is not required, you can bomb into her room potentially, and that can be the only way in. And we had a racer who didn't know that, and again was very confused there.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have known that right out of the gate either. Again, it's just one of those situations. Like I said, when we're in commentary, we sound like we know everything,
right?
or when you're in chat. But when you're playing it there, you get into the thing. I'm in 9. I'm looking for Zelda. You're not thinking bomb walls.
Right? No, not at all. It's the old the Mike Tyson adage: everyone has a plan until they get you in the face. In many ways, that's what it's like here. It's a lot easier. It's very easy for you and I to, sit here on commentary and say, "Oh, just do this thing." But it's, especially if you don't have the knowledge in advance, it's a lot harder to actually figure out. Oh, right, this is what I'm missing. I need to do this.
Yeah, and I know where the recorder spots are in the second quest because I just watched a drone open them up.
Right. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah. That's the other thing, too, is we, as the commentators, have combined information from both racers, which, that makes it a lot easier then.
Yeah, between both streams, chat, and the restreamer keeping up with things, we have an embarrassment of riches that we're working with here.
Yes.
Going up, and now this is the... that's where the wood sword is, so I feel like you won't be going into that cave, but continuing, I think, trying to see if there's anywhere. His map looks on his tracker pretty full with one glaring exception, and that is the desert.
True. Yep. Kind of getting into a side discussion on chat here about the ladder and crossing things. Ediginos, that is not a kappa. According to either the official Nintendo Player's Guide or the Legend of Zelda manual, at least in level 5, they are in fact rivers of blood and not lava. So there you go. I would certainly think they would be lava, although I'll admit I never, took that to the logical next step of why don't you and the ladder and everything else you are possessing, why don't you just burn to a crisp when you're within 50 feet of it? But,
Alright, he's trying the recorder spot up at...
he's going to try the recorder, yep. And, okay, yep, it does, and, yep, it appears to just be a shop, yep. That's...
Did he just buy bombs when he had 12 already?
He might have.
Okay.
I don't know, but yeah, I actually... Yeah. He has 12 now, regardless.
Yeah. We'll need exactly 0 of those to get into level 6. But
yes.
Again, the knowledge we have here.
Right.
Taking a long, hard look at his recorder on the menu screen there.
Yeah, he's thinking, I have to think. He's trying to figure out where to go next, I think. Where to check.
This is where to go. He has the recorder out. Let's see what happens.
Yep.
And He
Forget
is
exactly
walking
which-
past.
He's
Walking
walking.
through
Yep.
the
He's walking
And
through the
going into
desert.
two.
He's close. Nope. Going back
He
into
has
level
gone into
2.
level 2, which he already has the item out of. Or he found the item. I don't know if
Right.
No, he even has the item marked on his tracker.
Okay. Well
That's
then.
the boomerang. So, at this point, maybe he's just thinking he mismarked it.
Right. It's possible. He might be thinking.
Which I can understand, because that would be worse than not being able to find a dungeon, was having walked right past the one item
Right.
you need.
Knowing what you. Yes.
We all know that all he needs is the entrance into level 6 to get the Triforce, but again,
Yeah.
hardly common knowledge for Vicnin at this point.
Right.
He's
And,
gonna find the boomerang right
Again,
here.
that is one of those things we have over the amount of time I've been watching randomizers. I have certainly seen, people mismark things or not realize that they had already done something or not realize that they hadn't done something that they thought they had. So, again, we know what he's missing, but if he doesn't know what he's missing, then yeah, it's becomes a lot more reasonable to think, okay, did I mismark an item? Did I not grab an item that I didn't think I need to do? That kind of. So he now sees that he does in fact did not mismark it. He grabs a boomerang. I don't know honestly what he expects to be able to do with that, but I suppose at that point you figure, oh nope, I didn't mismark it. Might as well grab it.
Keeping that recorder equipped, giving us hope.
Yeah. Going back into level 4 now.
Back into 4, yeah. Unfortunately, not going to find anything useful in there.
No.
He did pick up an extra heart in level 2 while he was in there, along with the boomerang.
Right.
But again, we know that the magical sword is literally useless in this seed.
Yes.
So I don't know, Spike him in chat if he's looking for the ladder, because I'm pretty sure he saw the red candle in 4 earlier. He does not have it marked on his tracker though, so it's possible that is the case.
Yeah, it is possible, but that is what he's looking for.
He also has the. It's like he's got his dungeon tracker is off though, because he's got the he's fixing it right now.
Okay.
I'll tell you, I was going to say he had it off because he had the magic key in 8 and the heart container and white sword in 9, when it's 7 and 8 respectively.
No, yeah, that is not correct.
So now he may be coming to a slightly different realization now.
Okay. So he might be. Alright, so as we were talking about earlier, he might think, oh, I might have mismarked something in level 4. Let me go see what that is. Because, as we've mentioned now multiple times, we know where Dungeon 6 is. We know that, that cave that's ladder blocked isn't what he's looking for, but now he might not know that. He might be. Probably is, I would have to think, thinking the ladder is in one of these other dungeons. And
that spot he bombed up on Death Mountain, or right south of Death Mountain, that you have to use a ladder to get into is going to be his dungeon.
Right, that's I think what he's thinking there. Sadly, that is not the case, but
It is not.
But again, mismarking things or not seeing things that you thought you saw, or vice versa, that is definitely something we have seen in the past. I played the Dragon Warrior randomizer for a while, and I would say probably the closest equivalent to that is miscounting the steps on the overworld to a key item, which is one of those things that, again, sucks, but it's something pretty much everybody does at one time or another. So, yeah, and as Edagino said, he didn't grab every item and never seen all of them, I believe. Did leave a few of them behind,
yeah.
So...
And digging through a triple segmented dungeon to find an item that you've already seen, not your time, resource management. So many staircases in here, and I'm pretty sure that the item is in that top section that is the last one you get to in this putt-putt course that we call level 4.
Yes.
Oh, no, take it back. It's here.
I think it's here, yeah.
Yep.
And he gives the red candle, and now I think he has to be really confused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he up and A's, continues, and then he just sits there for a moment before exiting the dungeon.
I'm like...
Yeah, if he wasn't thinking it before, he...
Goodness. Yeah, he definitely has to be thinking it now. And, we as commentators, it's not because we enjoy watching distress in people, but what I wouldn't give right now for Vicnin's stream to have a camera on it. Just so I can see what... Not because I enjoy his anguish, but just to see the confusion and, like, if I could just read his face.
Just to wonder what his reaction is. Like, what the heck? I've done everything. Right.
Unfortunately, we know, again, that's been the operative term here, we know that he has not done everything that he can do.
Right. Firelight saying he's hoping that he goes to 5. I'm not sure why he would go to 5. He does have the magic shield out of 5, although I'm not sure if he marked it down. That we know.
He did mark it.
No.
He did mark it. The hope, though, I think, is that there will be a hint in levels about the location of level 6 somewhere.
That'll tell him where level 6 is. Right, okay.
But, again, by all accounts, Vicnin thinks he's done everything there is to do in the desert. So unless it just jogs his memory, as he does a nice little sideways moonwalk in.
It was the sideways entrance there.
Refresh my memory here. Are you're not on the one that starts in 20 minutes, are you?
I am not. I'm on the 5 o'clock race.
Okay, so if you are, I mean, feel free if you are, feel free to duck out, and we'll take it from here. But yeah.
Oh really? Okay.
Anyone out there listening and watching right now, if you have the capability to host and restream these tournament races, we are in need of some for.
Yes, we need a hero. You can answer the call.
Be the hero of Hyrule. We've got 8 races today, and
very action-packed day in this tournament.
When our catch-all restreamer JamEvil is racing in his own race. Obviously, he cannot restream that one or any other ones going on at that time.
Right.
Kind of put the whole thing in a pickle.
Yes. Shoutouts to JamEvil, by the way, for all the restreaming he's done. It has definitely been a large majority of the races that he's restreamed.
We will have to send him a coffee care package when this is all said and done, because
yes.
this man has spent more time on The Legend of Zelda since the beginning of the year, since January, I would say, between two Twitch marathons, just streaming it, playing, and these randomizer tournaments than anybody I've ever seen. So,
Indeed.
no, just got a note from Drone saying he might be able to pull off a restream.
Oh, okay.
He's still in the he's still sitting quietly here in this race channel. Way to go, Drone.
Woo, drone. All right. Meanwhile, Vicnin going to refill his hearts here. And now he's just he's just kind of sitting there confused now, I have to think. And yep, there goes drone stream down on my end, which
Alright.
makes sense.
We gotta get ready for the restream.
Yeah,
now.
gotta get ready to restream, obviously.
Goodness, I feel like Uncle Sam over here now. I want you to restream the Zelda Randomizer tournament.
That's right. I feel like yeah, Rosie the Riveter over here. You can do it.
Alright, so it looks like Random Effect will be handling the JamEvil versus K-Mac race.
Yes, indeed.
And Drone will be handling your race, Darkwing versus...
Was that Dig Shake?
Dig Shake, yeah, I think Dig
Yeah.
Shake and Darkwing, yeah. Right there, those two races at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Winter's Time, as I call Central Time. 4 quality runners of this game.
Yeah, yes, indeed. You're, as you mentioned, you're definitely going to want to stick around for those races. Excuse me. All right, so I think at this point, I think Vicnin is now going ahead and trying to look up a map of something or another. So I've been watching the race chat. And they did mention he can kind of Google resources if he needs to, which, again, we know what he's missing, as we've said many times.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, if you don't know what to look for, you know, even in vanilla Legend of Zelda, especially Quest, if you don't know kind of in advance what you're looking for, the game really doesn't give you a whole.
No.
What's interesting is, you know, I've looked at things and the various hints and the various fragments, and it really is kind of amazing how much info they give you. The problem is you sort of need to know already what it is they're pointing out for it to be really helpful. And then once you know, you kind of put 2 and 2 together, and it's like, oh, okay, that's what that's referring to. But until you do, the old men are just kind of speaking gibberish a lot of the time. Right, as people are mentioning, I believe for tiebreaker purposes and whatnot, times you finish does matter. So for that reason, we can, because we're commentating here. But other people outside of the commentary, they're not allowed to tell what it is he's actually missing, so, or where to go. But, obviously he has to know he's missing something. It's just a matter of trying to figure out what the heck it is that it is. What is the one super obscure thing that he... Yeah.
And unfortunately for him, he's not going in the...
He's not going the way... Yep. And I think that is something a lot of people forget, because a lot of us have grown up kind of with this game, and B, nowadays you have the internet and everything else that'll let you know. And I guess back in my day, if you will, you had Nintendo Power, Nintendo Power or whatever, you had resources, but just even without the randomizer, if you're trying to play through this game completely blind, it is not an easy playthrough. A lot of the secrets and a lot of the things, as I mentioned, part of it is translation and part of it is, just kind of limitations of the kind of the NES, if you will. But, it's not the easiest thing to get through on your own with no hints by any means. So. So I'm looking at the race chat now. He's thinking it's the graveyard. It is not the graveyard. So.
Yeah.
Reasonable presumption, but not correct, unfortunately.
No. And that's... Is that a burnable bush or is that a whistle bush?
I don't know. That might be one of the whistle bushes, but I don't know.
I think he already whistled it once. That's why I'm trying to... Yeah, Vicnin does appear to be having some technical issues on, on his end.
What's going on there? It's amusing, but I'm not exactly sure what's going on there.
Oh, he is starting to use the recorder on the Overworld now.
Okay, alright, so we're getting somewhere now.
He's burning every bush he can find.
Yeah, he's, Yeah, he's definitely in, what the heck, what am I missing here mode. It looks like he's almost might even be trying to push some of these bushes, which of course that's not going to work, but...
Mm-hmm. But at this point, you will try anything.
Yes, oh, absolutely. Again, like we mentioned earlier, this game, not exactly easiest nut to crack if you're trying to play through it on its own, so, which, obviously this is not his very first playthrough of the game, but you do eventually reach a point where you're just like, I feel like I've tried everything else and it hasn't worked, so no matter how illogical it is, I'm going to try this other thing and see what happens. I have certainly been there, many times in various games.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to turn it off and turn it back on again and see if that does anything.
To see if that, yeah.
We say, Sluggers, you say maybe Magical Boomerang will... can't get the magical boomerang because it's the coast item.
Yeah, it's true.
Would need the ladder for that.
Need the ladder to get it. Yep.
Which unfortunately, once he finds 6, he is going to search high and wide for that ladder, I bet. So. All right.
Okay.
We have been given notice that this match has been curtailed for safety reasons, and so this stream is going to have to end because we got to get things up and running. Jam needs control of his channel at some point in time. I know he's got a big race coming up here in about an hour. Your winner today in this race, rcdrone, got a race coming up in just a few moments. Hosted by. Do we know who's off the top of our head who's doing the restream for this one coming up? Crimson is restreaming the Crimson Avix, restreaming the next one. Go check that one out. This has been Liquid Husband. That has been.
This has been MTI.
All right, guys. Stay random, folks.
Yes, thank you all for watching. Bye-bye, everybody.